Hello! Welcome to my channel, welcome to this video. So, I'm now going to talk about this game, my thoughts and feelings on it, and the thoughts and feelings I currently have on Infinite Warfare. What did I say about this game? Well, for starters, it's fun, it's a Call of Duty game, it does Call of Duty well. The biggest complaint I do have about this game would be around the movement system. I do not think it's implemented correctly for the multiplayer, and in some cases it does have a negative impact. And supply drops. I do not like the current system. I think that's also implemented incorrectly. But the rest of the game is good. There's not much else to say.
My resources dwindle rapidly.
Apart from about the movement system and supply drops, which I will now explain now very briefly. And then I will go into detail about Infinite Warfare and my current thoughts and feelings on that game. The gameplay you're currently watching, if you are curious, is this map's Easter egg. This is the first time I've completed it, and I did it with a friend of mine. So, enjoy. There is going to be a lot of running about as we just do the final steps, well, final prep work, and then we go to the boss. Unfortunately though, I did not record the ending, so you're not going to see that, so you're just going to see me running about shooting, so there you go. So I spoke about the movement system, let's cover that first. The biggest complaint I have about the movement system is the fact that it's used to, well, move. And unfortunately, that does have a somewhat negative impact on the gameplay. What do I mean by this? Well, for starters, a lot of the maps seem to have routes in which you can just wall run, or you can just jump around. But that's the problem. They're literally just routes, and they cut off the entire map. What I mean by this is, sometimes you, instead of having 3 routes like you would normally do in the past, you would only have 2, which can make the flow of the map very unpredictable, and at times the map can be, well, unpredictable. There's been times in this game where I've not been able to work out where people are going to spawn, and they spawn behind me or anywhere. That's a problem. That's one of the things I don't like. The game seems to lack flow when it comes to multiplayer. There's not much else I can really use to describe it. What do I mean by that? Well, for starters, the game seems to focus around an idea that the movement has to be incorporated into the map. And unfortunately, it doesn't work for every single game mode, and that's what makes it unpredictable. There are certain game modes and certain maps which really do work quite well with each other, and others which are just, well, an absolute mess. And that's my problem with this game. It just feels like they've tried to add it in, make it work, but they didn't actually realise the consequences it would have on gameplay. And well, there you go. It's not too bad, it actually somewhat works, but it's still there. And it doesn't feel fun at times. I think it's the best way of describing it. But then that is entirely subjective, and that's quite poor feedback. So forgive me if you don't understand. Okay, moving on to the more obvious and next complaint that's easier to explain, supply drops. I understand why they added this into the game. It's a retention tool. It's a nice way of getting extra content to the game. I don't agree with the current implementation. I don't agree with how much the system currently costs, and I don't agree with the odds. In my view, if you're going to have a system with duplicates, you needed to have some sort of like trading post where people could trade COD points or crypto keys for certain items. This way, you'd make it so the random element wasn't so, well, random, and you'd make it so each item has more of a value, because right now the value drops depending on the lifetime of the game. And, well, that's the problem. It doesn't offer that good of a value, and instead it's just anti-consumer locking away content behind a paywall. And that includes weapons. I think when it comes to anything that does change gameplay, for example weapons, or could potentially be something that could add a new experience, aka weapons, they should be given away to players for free. I understand they cost money to make, but you can make up that cost through the other items, such as cosmetics. And that's my view, pretty much. Overall though, I will say the following sentence. Treyarch have done a good job with Black Ops 3, and have done a great job overall. They've added a bunch of content. the content is there. It's rich, it's in depth, it's good quality. We got a single player, we got zombies, we got multiplayer. Granted, some of the content could be questionable and could be open to criticism, for example the multiplayer and the movement system, but I think they've done a great job overall. Anyway, now let's move on to my thoughts and feelings on Infinite Warfare. So, Infinite Warfare. We've been given a bunch of marketing material which we're meant to see, and we're meant to be extremely happy and hyped about the game, and that's it. We don't know anything about the game, we don't know the business model, we don't know anything. So there's not really much else to say. I'm sort of looking forward to what Infinity Ward can bring to the table. However, I know it's marketing material, so I'm not going to get extremely hyped until I see and play it. And then I will start judging it and criticizing it. What I can say is though, is that my current thoughts and feelings on the Call of Duty 4 Remastered and how they've gone down the business model for that route is that it's extremely bad, and they should instead release it as a standalone and given consumers the choice. Do you want Infinite Warfare or Call of Duty 4? Not bundled it together in the hope of getting more sales on one, because quite frankly it's going to kill both games and split the community. You don't want to do that with your games. That's what happens with DLC. You want to make it so as many players as possible can enjoy the same content. I understand it costs money to make stuff, but it gets to the point where it gets a bit silly. Currently I expect the Call of Duty 4 player base to be pretty small compared to the Infinite Warfare, mainly due to the barrier to entry, which they've actually increased. That's a big mistake in my eyes, and I'm not looking forward to seeing the results. Plus as well, I'm not looking forward to see what they actually do with regards to downloadable content, as I expect they're going to cut up Call of Duty 4 into little bits and pieces. Which is understandable, it's cost them money to make it, but I expect it's going to be extremely overvalued. But I digress. They're going to do it anyway. I know they're going to do it, it makes business sense. So what can you do? Well, vote with your wallet and not buy it. That's for starters. Oh, and look at this, I'm at the box, I'm trying to get the weapon I want. Can you guess what I'm going to get next? Looking forward to Infinite Warfare, they could do potentially a couple decent things. Well, I say decent, I mean they could experiment and try something completely new or different, which I'm actually looking forward to again. Potentially, there is something they could do which will be extremely interesting, and, well, it's something new. So I'm actually going to be saying the following sentence. I'm sort of looking forward to what they bring to the table. However, I understand that they do have a strange and, well, patchy history, and that is one of the things that's currently in the back of my mind. And what you're about to see now is the start of the Easter egg. So what I will do is I'll leave the video to play off, and I hope you enjoy it. Unfortunately though, I did not capture the end, because, well, I completely forgot to do that. Oh well. Oh, my opinions on this Easter egg, it's absolutely amazing, just like the other one. Treyarch have done a fantastic job with zombies this year, and well, I'm sort of looking forward to what Infinity Ward is going to do with zombies. But then again, I am skeptical because, well, they have a lot on their plate. Single player, multiplayer and zombies, and they haven't done that in a very long time. In the past, they've actually had studios had to help them out. Because, well, you know, the legal issues they had with Modern Warfare 2. Oh well, hope you enjoyed the gameplay, hope you enjoyed me chattering. And, well, see you next time, I suppose.
Do you not tire of failure? Eat what you must, demons. Uneasy alliance was formed with Demon Arrow. turn. Bite is definitely worse than bark. I fear meddling with dark powers may be our undoing. There is nothing I can do to stop this. It is already too late. I leave a trail of bodies in my wake. Forces with whom we have forged this pact. So you will fight to my last breath. Eat what you must, demons. Soon, not even bones will remain. Who or what made you this way, wretched beast? Devil arrow, unleashes the sword. I have little time for your feeble efforts. You learn not from your mistakes. The storm cares not. Not even bones will remain.
It is now beyond doubt that your actions pose a threat to the work of Group 935. Your treachery leaves me no option but to take steps to ensure your termination. Even if it means the destruction of the castle itself.
If Richtofen believes this key is necessary for success, then we must use it.
Only the summoning key can disable the cryo chamber.